Have you ever been afraid of everything? Everyone in the village called him the scared boy. He was scared of loud sounds, heights, water, and even people's opinions. By the end of this story, you will learn something important. Fear does not mean weakness. Courage does not come from muscles. It comes from having a reason that matters more than fear. Once upon a time, in a quiet village near the hills, there lived a boy named Evan. He lived with his parents in a small wooden house close to the forest. Evan was known in the village as the scared boy. He was not stupid. In fact, he was very observant. He noticed small details that others missed. But Evan was afraid of many things. Every day, he helped his mother by delivering food to neighbors. However, he always chose the longest and safest paths. He avoided narrow bridges, noisy dogs, and crowded roads. Other boys crossed rivers and climbed trees without fear. Evan watched them from far away. His heart was beating fast. His father worried deeply. He thought, if something happens to us, how will Evan survive in this world? But Evan always finished his tasks. He worked slowly and carefully. So his parents never forced him to change. One autumn, a terrible storm hit the village. Strong winds destroyed roofs. Heavy rain flooded the fields. During the storm, Evan's father was badly injured while helping others. He could no longer work. The family lost their main source of income. Fear filled Evan's heart. Fear of responsibility. Fear of failure. Fear of the future. That night, Evan sat alone and listened to the wind. He whispered to himself, "I'm too scared. I can't protect my family." The next morning, the village square was full of people. A messenger from the capital stood on a wooden platform. He announced a national challenge organized by the Queen. The winner would receive a reward large enough to support a family for life. Evan's heart raced. This could save my family, he thought. But I'm afraid of everything. People laughed when Evan stepped forward to register. A scared boy in a royal challenge? They mocked. But Evan didn't look at them. For the first time, his fear had something stronger standing against it. He had 3 days to reach the capital city. Each step of the journey terrified him. But he walked anyway. The challenge took place in a large open arena. Hundreds of participants gathered. They were confident, loud, and fearless. Evan felt small. The first challenge was announced. Instead of a lake, the contestants faced a tall watchtower. Inside the tower was a complex system of bells and levers. The task was simple. Activate the signal at the top of the tower. Then return safely. Only the first 5 would continue. Many contestants rushed inside. They ran up the stairs. Loud bells echoed violently. Evan froze at the entrance. The noise terrified him. Then he noticed something. The bells reacted to movement. They did not react to weight. Quietly, Evan studied the walls. He found unused side beams. He found narrow gaps, while others rushed upward in panic. Evan climbed slowly along the side structure. He moved only when the bells were silent. He reached the top without ringing a single bell. When he returned, the crowd was silent. Evan finished 4th. The next day was the final challenge. Each finalist was led to a long stone path. At the beginning of the path stood a massive metal cart. The goal was clear. Move the cart across the path. Ring the finish bell. Around them were tools, ropes, wheels, wooden planks, oil, Metal hooks. They could choose only one. Strong contestants grabbed ropes and pulled with force. Others tried pushing with wheels. Evan stood still. "I'm afraid of failing," he admitted to himself. "But I'm more afraid of going home with nothing." He chose a small pouch of oil. The crowd laughed. But Evan carefully poured oil onto the stone path. He created a smooth surface with low friction. Instead of pushing the cart directly, he adjusted its angle. He let gravity assist him. Slowly, carefully, the cart moved with far less effort, while others struggled and exhausted themselves. Evan guided the cart calmly forward. With shaking hands, he rang the bell first. The arena exploded with cheers. The fearful boy had won. Evan stood there and breathed deeply. He was still afraid, but fear no longer controlled him. This story teaches us something important. Courage does not mean the absence of fear. Courage means moving forward despite fear. Because something else matters more. For Evan, that reason was his family. If you feel afraid, do not wait for fear to disappear. Find a reason strong enough to walk forward anyway. True courage is born from a strong reason. Thank you for listening. Keep learning. Keep growing. And remember, even the fearful can become brave.